Right now we're headed to Disney Springs. It's about 5:30. Probably just go shopping, might get a bite to eat, might get some snacks. We're just gonna check it out. We didn't want to spend the rest of the day in the hotel room. It was significantly hotter today in the parks. I don't know if that was due to humidity. It was only 94 degrees as opposed to 92, so 2 degrees difference, but you felt it. My mask would get soaking wet within a couple minutes. When the medical masks get wet and waterlogged, it becomes extremely difficult to breathe. So I was short of breath constantly and just wet and uncomfortable. Florida heat, September with the mask. Today was difficult. First day didn't really bother us much, but today was extremely difficult. Tomorrow we have Animal Kingdom, which is a short day. There's not much to do there without the Lion King show and the other shows. There's a safari, Pandora, Everest. Not too much to do, especially for Grayson, but there's some animals, some sightseeing. The boys will enjoy that. They love animals. The first day we forgot baby powder, and not to be too much info, but it was an absolute disaster. Today, plenty of baby powder and a much happier camper. Yours truly. Made a big difference, let me tell you. As far as relaxation stations, there's not as many as you would think, and you have to really look for them or ask a cast member. And some cast members, depending on who you ask, unless I just happen to ask the wrong ones, don't really know exactly where they are. Now I will say they are strict with the masks, but they are realistic. There was a half a dozen times today where I was alone with Grayson just walking around, and it just got to be too unbearable where I just pulled off to a side where no one was around and removed my mask just to take my shirt and wipe the sweat off my forehead and around my brow. And they didn't say anything. They weren't like, "Sir, put your mask back on." So they're realistic. As long as you're courteous and away from a crowd and kind of to yourself off to the side, and you're not abusing taking off the mask and you're doing it for a purpose and then putting a mask back on, they're pretty good with it so far. As far as the social distancing's concerned, the parks are definitely getting busier. It goes to show how big Disney is and how much there is to do because the wait times are still short, but that doesn't mean there's not a lot of people walking the grounds. There are. So there are a ton of instances where you're definitely within 6 feet of someone. So if you're really into the social distancing and that kind of stuff bothers you, I would not recommend coming. I'll tell you that right now. Now you can methodically move yourself around and avoid a lot of instances like that. But if you're trying to do things the old way and get to places as quickly as possible and weave in and out of people, it's near impossible. There's just too many people. Waiting in line, they have the 6 feet markers pretty much everywhere. That's great. Everyone follows that rule. And then with the ride vehicles, you only ride with your party. So even on Rise of the Resistance, it was literally me and Maddox in a 4-row by 4 seat thing, just me and Maddox, which was great. Same thing with Smuggler's Run. There's usually 2 pilots, 2 shooters, 2 engineers. It was just me and Maddox in the whole cockpit. So it's pretty sweet. I kind of like that.
We are headed to Disney Springs right now. This is our second time in the car. We might get something to eat, we'll see. I don't know if anyone's really that hungry right now, or maybe just a treat or something. But there's all stores there. There's this one store that last time we went to, and they have all different types of tea, because I'm a big tea drinker at night. So maybe we'll check that out. They have a Lego store, also a hat store that I liked from last time. So we'll bring you along. Should be a nice time.
I've never actually driven to Disney Springs. We always take the buses, and it says it's 2.6 miles away in 6 minutes. I know there's parking garages for the public transportation because the Disney buses drop off in a different spot. So I know Disney Springs is big, so I don't know where what end the parking garages are at, but I'll be able to tell you guys when we get there. The Skyliner was so nice and so convenient. Now the caveat to that is because there's so few people at the resorts, the Skyliner works in that sense because there's not a long line to get on it. But like the gentleman told me, there's usually 500 people in the morning waiting to get on to get to Hollywood Studios or Epcot. So that could take a long time. The loading and unloading is pretty easy. The double stroller was too wide, so we had to anticipate taking the boys out of the stroller and everything that we had buried underneath and everything out of the cup holder to fold it up in order to get it on to the Skyliner. So that's the only con, and that's not even a big con. and it doesn't affect people with double strollers. Single strollers should fit through. But the Skyliner, I was impressed. I didn't think it'd be that convenient. The main reason we rented the car was to be able to go to SeaWorld. But the other reason was to go to drive ourselves to Hollywood Studios, because I didn't want to rely on the buses and possibly be late and not get a Rise of Resistance Fast Pass. But I think we're going to do it again, because we have another day at Hollywood Studios, so we'll definitely take the Skyliner. And we took the Skyliner back to the resort, and we left the park at, 2:30, 3 o'clock? And the Skyliner pickup and drop-off station is closer than the buses at Hollywood. It's literally, you get off and it's 50 yards to the front gate. It's that nice and that close. So rented the car, we drove ourselves to the resort, to the food store. Today I went back to the food store while Molly and the boys went to the pool, and now we're going to Disney Springs. So I want to see how much I actually utilized the rental car to see if it was worth it. So far I just like knowing that if we needed to or wanted to, we can leave Disney property. Usually when we come to Disney, there's so much to do and never enough time that you don't even think about leaving property, because you never run out of things to do. And we probably won't this trip, just because we're taking our time with the camera, with the boys, and we're not trying to overwork ourselves. But still, Molly really wants to go to SeaWorld, and the only way to get to SeaWorld would be to drive. There's no transport. As far as I'm concerned, there's no transportation. Right now, the only real cons for me, the mask is what it is. There's no way around it. To not go to Disney based on that, I guess if you feel that strongly about not wearing a mask, and it makes you that uncomfortable, I guess I would let it stop me from going. But at the end of the day, for us, and trust me, I hate the mask. I do not want to wear one. I know it's the right thing to do, and I know it's safe. That's why I do it. If I had it my way, I would have no pandemic and no issues, and everyone would be safe, and we wouldn't have a mask. Having said that, it doesn't make or break the vacation for me yet. Today was really bad. I will tell you, it was really bad. It was really hot. I felt really lightheaded. It was hard to convince Grayson. He doesn't like water. I was begging him to take sips of water. At one point, he looked like faint, and it had me concerned. So we brought him into a gift shop to get some air conditioning, and I kept forcing him to take drinks of water. It was that hot. Magic Kingdom yesterday, 2-degree difference. Maybe there was more clouds in the sky. Maybe we went, my guess is we went in and out of dark rides a lot more, so we were in and out of the air conditioning. There wasn't long stretches of just being straight out in the sun like we were today. So that was probably it. But it was hot. Maddox looked really bad too, but he's a warrior. He just kept saying more rides, more rides. I really enjoy Disney Springs. I like just window shopping, being out and about, doing something other than theme park. They had this bakery shop, French bakery maybe? We'll see when we get there, but for our honeymoon we got an Aladdin magic carpet mini cake thing with the gold magic lamp on top. It literally looked like a piece of art. We didn't want to eat it, but we did, and it was really good. It was made of fondant and all different things, but it was like a miniature 3-layer cake with all this icing and decorations. Molly mentioned the hat store. They have like all these big, fancy, crazy, different hats, expensive. Some not so expensive, but it's not just like a regular Lids hat store. It's like a fancy, bougie hat place. It's pretty fun. I don't know how it is because of the pandemic. Usually you can go in and just start trying on hats. I have a feeling it's not going to be like that, but we'll see. And then they have, for the kids, they have a World of Disney store, which is pretty much the biggest Disney store. Cool thing about it is they have a lot of merchandise that they don't sell on the website. There's a Haunted Mansion stretching room puzzle that I really want to get. I'm hoping they have it, because you can't find it online, and if you buy it on eBay, it's like triple the price. Instead of it being like 25 bucks, they're selling for like $60, $70. So I'm really hoping to find that. They also have a Lego store. I know Maddox will like that. In the parking garage, I know they're doing temperature checks. If I didn't test positive, or rather, if I didn't test high this morning, I'll never test high. I almost questioned the lady to see if she really checked my temperature. I was soaked. I was so hot. She didn't say nothing. The thing beeped. She said, "Go on in, have a good day." Sweet. And the bag checks now, they tell you pretty much to take anything metal out of your bag and you walk right through the metal detector. I hope they do that going forward. I'm not even a Lego fan, but I always wanted the Lego Cinderella Castle, but it's like 500 bucks or 400 bucks. So I think they have a Haunted Mansion one now too. They're so expensive. But something you put together and like leave it on display somewhere, I think that's pretty neat. That's kind of what I want to do with the stretching room puzzle. I want to make them, and then I think you can like glue them or put a coating on it so it hardens, and it's a puzzle like portrait, and you can frame it. The stretching room photos are awesome.
This is cute. This is $55.
Lumiere.
Is it worth it?
I wish it was like a nightlight, but it's just like a switch. It's expensive. It says lights up, but I don't want to break it.
Beauty and the Beast tumbler. That's so cute. These are really cute for Halloween right now.
I really like this. Apple, but they have them in the parks. 20 bucks. You can put a candle inside of it. I like this too.
Oh, I didn't see the face on it.
Oh, it's only $30. That's not bad.
This is for like a
Candle, or you can put a candle in this one. $34.99, the Pixar ball ears. Cute.
if anyone's into leggings.
Woohoo, my babes. Come on. $39.99.
Perfect Disney shirts to wear.
$36.99.
This looks like the perfect section for my mom.
$19.99.
If you guys haven't seen this movie, you're missing out. This is cute too.
These are probably my favorite.
Beer section.
The Up, the grape soda, the house balloons, adventures out there, the Ellie ears.
$29.99. I wonder if they're all the same or if they're very different.
Maleficent ears.
Oh, yeah.
If you're into the evil side, Maleficent, I really like these.
These are cute if you have a little girl. One.
You gotta read what's in it.
Mango tea. That sounds good.
Pieces help you.
I'm gonna get this one. She said this one was citrusy, so I'm definitely getting this one. These little tea diffusers are so cute. I told Maddox I should get this one. What about the sloth?
It's fluffy.
I know. It's like rubber.
Cookie, chocolate chip cookie. And Grayson got a Rice Krispie treat covered in chocolate rocks. 0 to 10, what would you say? 10's the best score.
100.
100?
What do you
I like
think?
it.
Is it a 10?
0 to 10, what's the score?
Grayson says 10.
10? Yeah, I bet.
You
We
like
got
it,
that
Grayson?
at Goofy's Candy Company.
100.
1000. Are you gonna share with Mommy? Mommy likes chocolate too. Bakery that we like.
Cookie, you could have some.
Oh,
there
thank
you
you,
go.
buddy.
Is that good? Yeah? How about you, Mom? Let me see. Is that good, buddy?
Candy. What's this candy shop? What's this candy?
This is a bakery.
A bakery?
Yeah. You want more cake?